the new way thieves are robbing W-2 refunds. Monday at 5.
Tonight, breaking news, the Grand Canyon horror. A sightseeing helicopter crashing and exploding into a fireball in the middle of the national park. 3 people dying, survivors crawling out of the fiery wreckage. Deadly plane crash, the air disaster minutes after takeoff, killing everyone on board, more than 70 people. The moment of impact caught on video. Russian officials now opening a criminal investigation. Taking on Trump. The backlash after President Trump's apparent sympathy for 2 staffers accused of domestic abuse. Tonight, an ex-wife of one of those aides firing back after she says the president implied she's a liar. Officers ambushed 2 policemen answering a 911 call from a crying woman walking right into an attack. Miracle flu drug? New hope amid an especially deadly flu season. Can a new pill kill the virus in a single day? And Golden Boy, the amazing moves by a 17-year-old American. How he went from last place to the top of the medal stand.
From ABC News, this is ABC World News Tonight.
And good evening, and thanks for joining us on a very busy Sunday. I'm Tom Yamas. We begin with breaking news on 2 deadly air crashes. A Russian passenger jet plunging from the sky just minutes after takeoff in Moscow. New details from that disaster in a moment. But we start tonight with that Grand Canyon helicopter tour ending in horror. Crashing in a spot so deep and so remote, it took hours for rescuers to reach the site. 3 people were dead before help arrived. 4 critically injured passengers trapped at the scene for nearly 9 hours before they could be flown to a Nevada hospital. Tonight, the investigation with hundreds of thousands of people taking these Grand Canyon chopper flights every year and how this flight turned deadly. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez in Peach Springs, Arizona, near the scene of the crash.
Tonight, witnesses say this woman seen here walking near the fiery wreckage of this helicopter in the Grand Canyon is among 4 survivors, all hospitalized tonight in critical condition after a grueling, over 8-hour-long rescue effort. First responders brought in by helicopter, then hiking to the scene along treacherous terrain, struggling to bring the survivors to safety. Pictured here, finally airlifting one of the injured from the scene in the early morning darkness.
Our first responders were on the scene within the first 30 minutes, and we attribute that quick response to what helped save lives.
Police say the Eurocopter EC-130, operated by Papillon Airways, took off Saturday with the pilot and 6 passengers from the United Kingdom on board, out for a scenic tour of the Grand Canyon when around sunset, flying in what police say were extreme weather conditions with wind gusts up to 50 miles an hour. Lionel Douglas watched as the helicopter came down.
Tail broke in half. It hit the bottom, biggest explosion you ever heard, and then flames like never seen as well.
The pilot making it out alive, but 3 people were killed.
After the first explosion, which was very loud, there was at least 5 more explosions that went off. And they were all very loud and very heard. They just kept going off.
And police here say the company helped transport first responders to the scene of this crash. Papillon says in a statement they send their sympathies to the families involved, and they are fully cooperating with federal and local investigators. Tom?
Such a horrible accident. Marcy Gonzalez leading us off tonight. Marcy, thank you. Next to that deadly plane crash, a Russian passenger jet falling out of the sky just minutes after takeoff. Pieces of the plane, you see them there, scattered across a snowy field outside of Moscow. Crews rushing to the scene, finding no survivors. And tonight, Russian officials opening a criminal investigation, suspecting negligence, but not ruling out terrorism. ABC's Jennifer Eccleston reporting from London.
Tonight, this video capturing the moment of impact of Saratov Flight 703. 65 passengers and 6 crew, all lost. The crash so violent, DNA tests are necessary to identify the dead. Investigators now combing through wreckage in this snowy field turned graveyard outside of Moscow, trying to piece together what brought down the airplane. The plane traveling from Moscow to Orsk, taking off at 2:24 p.m. Radar capturing the plane's climb to just over 6,000 feet, then mysteriously plunging and disappearing just 4 minutes after takeoff. There was no distress call.
This seems to be very unusual in that there's nothing out of the ordinary, nothing that would point to a specific cause.
families of the victims overcome with grief and looking for answers. Saratov Airlines calling both pilots experienced.
Tonight, Russian investigators say they're also looking at the weather, pilot error, and mechanical failure as possible causes. One of the black boxes has been found. Tom?
A violent 24 hours for so many in the air. All right, Jennifer, thank you. Next, the backlash against President Trump after 2 White House staff members were let go amid accusations of domestic abuse. The president repeatedly expressing sympathy for the men, lamenting their shattered lives, calling for due process. Tonight, among those crying foul, an ex-wife of one of those former staffers who says the president has implied she's a liar. ABC's David Wright is at the White House tonight.
Tonight, President Trump on the defensive for lavishing praise on former White House Staff Secretary Rob Porter, even after both Porter's ex-wives accused him of domestic abuse.
He says he's innocent, and I think you have to remember that.
He came and grabbed me by the shoulders here and pulled me out of the shower in a rage.
Today, one of Porter's exes, Jenny Willoughby, recounts her own anguished response to the president's remarks in Time magazine. Quote, "I was floored," she writes. "My friend turned to me and said, 'The president of the United States just called you a liar.'" She also expressed outrage over the president's Saturday tweet, railing against false accusations and demanding due process for men accused of sexual misconduct. Senator Kirsten Gillibrand reminded her constituents that more than a dozen women have accused Trump, tweeting, "If he wants due process, let's have congressional hearings tomorrow."
Those accusers have had their day on your network and elsewhere for a long time.
Trump adamantly denies he ever groped any of his accusers.
Believe me, she would not be my first choice, that I can tell you.
And when it comes to his friends and allies, he gives them the benefit of the doubt. From Roger Ailes.
I can tell you that some of the women that are complaining, I know how much he's helped them.
To Senate candidate Roy Moore.
He says it didn't happen.
Now, Trump isn't the only one facing tough questions. There's also Chief of Staff John Kelly, who allowed Porter to keep his job even after he learned about allegations of domestic abuse. Today, White House officials insisted Porter misled the president and Kelly.
It became obvious when the photographs came out that the person was not being honest with the president.
Budget Director Mick Mulvaney said these photos from one of Porter's ex-wives sealed his fate. Porter denies the abuse allegations and insists the photos are not what they seem.
All right, David Wright joins us live now. Now, David, the White House is saying they'll be focusing on a major infrastructure legislative push, but the turmoil surrounding his West Wing will likely continue to draw attention.
That's right, Tom. The word infrastructure is almost a bad omen here at the White House. This is at least the 3rd time they've tried to roll out Infrastructure Week. Each time it keeps getting derailed. Tomorrow, the president would like to focus on his plan to spur $1.5 trillion in investment in America's crumbling infrastructure, but it's likely that these other issues will continue to dominate. Tom?
One of his major campaign promises. All right, David, thank you. Next, 2 Ohio police officers killed responding to a 911 call for help. On that line, a woman crying and somehow the line disconnecting. The 2 officers arriving on the scene immediately coming under fire and losing their lives. Tonight, you'll hear that woman's emotional calls to 911 as the community of Westerling, Ohio reels from the attack. Here's ABC's Zachary Quiche.
Shot fired, 2 officers shot.
Police ambush. 2 officers killed in the line of duty.
What's your emergency? Please help, please help, please help. What's wrong? He shot the police officers.
The first call for help coming in at 12:02 from the suspect's wife, fearing for her and her daughter's life.
I'm hiding in the bushes, but my daughter is in the house. She's 1 year old, please.
Just 8 minutes later, Officer Eric Juring and Anthony Morelli are on the scene, immediately met with gunfire.
We got 2 officers down, critical.
The suspect, Quentin Smith, a convicted felon. Just 3 months ago, his wife told authorities he'd threatened to kill her and her daughter and always carried a gun.
And as you can imagine, it's quite emotional. But we will get through this.
Today, the community's still reeling and emotions boiling over as people try to capitalize off the tragedy with phony donation websites.
There's a special place in hell for those people. And my wish is that it comes very soon.
President Trump offering his condolences to Ohio Governor John Kasich today. As for the suspect, He's still in the hospital. His condition is not being released at this time. Tom?
A community rocked by what's happened there. All right, Zachary, thank you. Next to the dangerous storm front stretching across the east from the Gulf to New England now. On the backside, snow and ice. This SUV spinning out. You see it there at an intersection in Larwell, Indiana. On the front side, heavy rain in Mapleview, Tennessee, as a driver tried to cross a flooded creek. And in Springfield, Massachusetts, firefighters rescued 2 women from their flooded cars. ABC's weather contributor Sam Champion tracking it all. Sam, welcome back. And we're still tracking a lot of this rain.
Yeah, still a lot of rain, and the flooding that you just showed, flooding from New Jersey all the way into Tennessee. We've got some in Virginia, well down into Texas. This is going to take some time to go down. The good news about that rain, though, places like D.C., Baltimore, they were in severe drought. So picking up almost 4 inches of rain in that area is some really big help. The other problem you mentioned was ice. So let's talk about who gets icing tonight and tomorrow morning. There's a big push of cold air behind all that rain. So as it exits the I-95 corridor, look at these temperatures. Chicagoland, they may have cleared some of that snow off the roads, but it's 6 degrees. Everything's solid ice and refrozen on those roads. Even into Dallas, we had some ice on the road today. Also in Missouri, that refreezes. Here's the great news by Wednesday. Look at the top of the graphic. Wednesday, we're talking about this push of mild air up into Nashville, 60 degrees. New York, 50. New York, I think you're 60 by the time we get to Thursday. It may come with a little bit of rain, and it's been very dry with all those fire warnings around L.A. Here's what happens tomorrow morning. Look at those showers that move into the L.A. area. And Tom, as you know, put any rain on the roads in L.A., that is a rough commute tomorrow morning.
That traffic. All right, Sam, thank you so much. Next, parents at a Miami Catholic school demanding answers after learning that a beloved first-grade teacher was fired. The school gave no reason, but the firing came just days after that female teacher married her longtime love, who was also a woman. ABC's Victor Oquendo from Miami tonight.
It was a dream wedding. Jocelyn Morphy, a teacher at an elementary school in Miami, marrying her same-sex partner last weekend on the sands of the Florida Keys. But after this video and photos of the ceremony were posted on social media, she quickly found herself out of a job, fired from St. Peter and Paul Catholic School, where she taught for nearly 7 years. The firing leaving some parents outraged.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Parents first learning of the decision through a letter sent from the school describing it as a difficult and necessary decision. The Archdiocese of Miami saying she broke the contract she signed when she began teaching at a Catholic school. According to the Archdiocese contract, all employees, including school teachers, are considered church representatives and are expected to abide by Catholic teachings. Any conduct inconsistent with that can draw disciplinary action up to termination. Tonight, ABC News learning 4 other teachers from that school were disciplined with verbal warnings for attending the wedding.
Vanno discriminati.
This despite Pope Francis once saying that gay people should not be discriminated against and that they should be respected. In a statement, Morphy writes, "I married the love of my life, and unfortunately, I was terminated from my job as a result. In their eyes, I'm not the right kind of Catholic for my choice of partner."
Tom, tonight, as that fired teacher has hired an attorney, the school behind me is now looking for her replacement. Tom?
Victor Oquendo for us tonight from Miami. Victor, thank you. Switching gears now and heading overseas to South Korea and the Olympics. Tonight, the U.S. striking gold for the first time. A 17-year-old snowboarder leapfrogging from last to first place, plus an American luger earning silver, the first men's single luge medal in history. ABC's Matt Gutman is in Pyeongchang tonight.
Team USA has a new golden boy. 17-year-old Red Gerard roaring back from last place in the slopestyle event to steal the gold.
When you landed that run, you knew you won.
Well, no, it would have been a really big bummer to come here, you know, and not land a run. To land the run that I wanted to here is huge to me.
Gerard, now the youngest American man to win a gold medal in 90 years.
What do you do now? Besides graduate high school, as you said.
Yeah, that's first.
American Chris Madser also making history, winning silver, the first medal ever for American men in the single luge. But also center stage this weekend, a brutal cold snap. Too cold even for the Winter Olympics. Wind gusts of up to 45 miles an hour, canceling a women's snowboarding event and postponing men's downhill skiing.
And hitting the poor spectators who might have been able to handle the cold alone, but with that wind, it makes it nearly unbearable.
Fans and athletes both going to extremes to stay warm in feel-like temperatures that have struggled to climb above zero. American skier Ted Ligety even taping his face to fight the burning cold.
Tom, the cold is so extreme that my thermometer stopped working.